Hi guys, my name is Parag Pal and welcome back in the new video. In this video, I'm going to explain you the characteristics compressive strength of concrete. This concept is very important for civil engineers, and using this concept, you can easily understand what M stand for, what is 20 stands for over here, and what is this graph all about. Because you might seen this graph several times. Okay, so let me just make it easy for you and how you can easily read this concept. Okay, so compressive strength of concrete, it is a strength below which not more than 5% of the result are expected to fail. Okay, again there is one more concept. The concrete is designed by characteristic strength, which is this 20, of cube at 28 days. Now this is the second concept, and the third concept is designing is being done for value of target mean strength of concrete. So these three concepts that we are discussing right now here, let me just explain one by one. So the first one, the strength below which not more than 5% of the result are expected to fail or fall. Okay, so basically just take an example that suppose the characteristic strength of concrete is M25, is 25 megapascal, or also megapascal also we can read as a Newton per mm square. This means if we test 100 concrete cubes, so from them at least 95% of them should have strength more than or equals to 25 megapascal. Okay, that's the concept called as a characteristic strength of the concrete, and this testing of the 100 cubes should be captured within the 28 days. Okay, so that's the concept called as a characteristic strength of the concrete. Okay, right? So the maximum of 5 cubes can fail. So we are expecting that at max 5% cube can fail or fall below 25 megapascal strength, which considered as a characteristic strength full life cycle. So if you are defining for M20 megapascal, so it means whatever the 100 cubes you are testing in the laboratory after 28 days, so among which 95 to test cube should give you the compressive strength equal or more than 20 megapascal, and we are expecting that the 5 cubes may fail or fall than 20 megapascal. Okay, so let's take one more example. When we test 100 samples, so at least 95% of the tested sample are stronger than this value. Okay, so if we're testing for the M25, it means among this 100, 95% of the sample or 95% sample are providing you the strength equal or more than 25 megapascal. Okay, so that's what is all about. Okay, so I hope this you understand this concept now. So to understand the whole frequency, okay, we have a graph which defining frequency versus the compressive strength. Okay, so when we test the cubes in the laboratory, okay, the first graph you may for the few, as I said that for the few of the 5, like among 100, 5 cube may fail. Okay, so we can get the graph of few of the curves, a few of the cubes after testing like this. Okay, which define that cubes are having the poor quality control and they are not meeting our the compressive strength criteria. Okay, right, just example, we supposed to be here or here or here, but they are not reaching out the criteria, so they are not satisfying our requirement. Okay, then the second graph which is coming from this one, they are giving you the moderate quality control. It means they are okay, but they are not suitable for our characteristic strength. And the third graph which is coming like this, it means the sample in this range are good. You can use this sample mix designing basically for your construction purpose. So why we are doing this? Because we wanted to ensure that whatever concrete we are going to use for the construction purpose, it should deliver a good workability, good durability. That's the reason we are testing the cubes for 28 days and to understand what is their compressive strength. Let me tell you one thing, if you not do this practice and you just do the construction for the infrastructure project, there is a huge chances of getting failure in the projects. Okay, if you can see the cracks or the damages in the infrastructure projects like bridges, dam, so that is because of this graph. Okay, it means the testing of the cube are not properly defined, the quality control not properly conveyed at the sites. So that's reason every civil engineer should look into this. Okay, every civil engineer should understand that we always needs to go with this graph. So let me take you one example, guys. Just take an example. I'm looking for M20 grade of concrete. So for M20 grade of concrete, I'm expecting my M20 grade is here. Okay, and while compression testing strength, I'm getting M21 also. So the 95% of the cubes are giving me result from here to upward direction, and only 5% of the cubes will give me result for the downward direction. Now I hope you understand the concept. Okay, so this is a very easy concept, but I made it so easy for you so you can easily understand. Now to calculate this whole functionality, we have one concept called target mean strength of concrete. So you can calculate this functionality using the calculation of the target mean strength, which is given by a formula called Fm is equals to Fck plus K into sigma, where Fm, okay, is the your target mean strength of the concrete. Okay, and the equation is used when probability of the block failure is 5% or less. So we use this equation when there is a probability of the block's failure is 5% or less than that. Okay, so for the 5% of the definition, we use K as a 1.65 and sigma is our standard deviation. Okay, so let me just take you to the one definition. Okay, basically whenever we have this diagram over here where we have a mean strength, okay, and the mean value at the top direction. Okay, so you can see this, if just take an example of the 100 samples, so it means that this is the area, okay, where 5% sample may get fail. This is the area where 5% sample may get fail, and the whole remaining the area where you will get the mean value of the samples, which is equals to your expected compressive strength based upon your definition, based upon your mixed design. So the K value is ranging from this definition. So if your sample, okay, is having, if your sample failure is 5%, then you have to use 1.65 as a K. If it is 10%, you will use 1.29. If it is 20 samples failure, you are using 0.85, and it is 30 percentile, you will use a 0. Okay, but remember, only this criteria we use for the designing criteria. So for this formula, if you are doing calculation for M20 grade of concrete, okay, and you have the block failure is 5% or less than that, so your K value will be 1.65. If this block failure is 10%, okay, then you are supposed to use 1.29 instead of 1.65. Okay, now to calculate the standard deviation, first understand what is standard deviation all about. Okay, so the standard deviation is the quality of the concrete or strength variation is depend upon the standard deviation. If your standard deviation is not properly defined, then you are not able to understand the quality control and the strength variation, because deviation is all about the variations that you are going to calculate, right? So standard deviation is calculated by summation of x minus u square divided by n minus 1 in square root. Okay, where n stand for number of test samples, the x stand for strength of the block, and x minus u is giving deviation from the mean. Okay, to calculate the u, you have one more formula, and u called as a average strength, which is summation of x divided by n. It means number of the summation of the strength of the block divided by number of test samples, and also the CV, which is the coefficient of the variation is given here, which is calculated by sigma upon u. Okay, so remember, the strength of the cube is average of 3 specimen of the sample. Okay, so that is very important. What is the average strength of the 3 specimen that you need to consider as the strength of the cube? Okay, don't worry, in upcoming days I'm going to provide you a numerical on this. Okay, so you can understand how to calculate the compressive strength and the standard deviation. Okay, so according to IS code 456, the value of the standard deviation is different from the different grade of the concretes. Okay, so if you are planning for M10 and M15 grade of concrete, it should be 3.5 Newton per mm square. If it is M20 to M25, it is 4 Newton per mm square. And if it is M30 to M55, it is 5 Newton per mm square. So we have a variation in the standard deviations, right? So I hope you like this video. Since lecture number 1, I am just giving you the whole detailed scenario of the introduction to the concrete technology, mixed designing and the compressive strength. And then upcoming lectures, I'm going to provide you more insight on this functionality so you can understand the concrete technology in very detail. Okay, and see you soon in the next video. Have a nice day.